I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on
Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Jerick McKinnon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This is Cohen, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. First carry from Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them. First down, a run with Cohen.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
To throw, it's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Started to look like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. And here we go on 4th down with Murray. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Here we go. Here we go. Pittsburgh. I got you.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with Davis. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Murray off play action. And he's got Fitzgerald. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
We got this.
One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
On 2nd and 10. Allen open here. Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it, and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jerick McKinnon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have it.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On play action, it's Murray. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Josh Allen in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Throwing on 2nd down. Allen complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, that is caught inside the 5. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And again, it's Allen. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That time a 6-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd down, McKinnon. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cohen. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Murray now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray, wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Check my 50. My kids are 50. Check my 50.
On 2nd down, Davis. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different?
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. On play action, Allen. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. On play action, Allen. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Throwing now is Allen. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter. And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Demaryius Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
First down, Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Turn around! West! 50 to Mike! 50 to Mike! I'm going right.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Open man right side is Ingram. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Handoff, running left is Davis. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Here's Davis. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Mike Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
I'm coming after you. Hey, switch gears.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. 3rd and short, McKinnon. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ryan Allen now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
High throw, but the catch is made. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Second and 11 at the 19-yard line.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense.